Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
Hey, everybody. We're back. It's been ages. Maybe more than ages. It feels good to be back. But before we dive into anything, you guys already know the drill. I gotta hear something, and I gotta hear it now. How you doing, Brother Bear?
Doing good, man. Happy to be back. Happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me. We took a little break. You know, that's what it takes, man. We're excited to bring some new stuff. Been coming up with some ideas, some different things moving forward. But we're back, man, and I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. It's an honor and a privilege to be here once again. Have you ever heard the saying, a rolling stone grows no moss?
I have heard that before, yes.
Luke, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to lay it out on the line right now. We grew a little moss. But you know what? We're rolling now. We're back. And better than ever, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, all the things we missed. Happy Thanksgiving. We missed you guys. It wasn't for, we just needed a little break, a little reset, we needed to restore our minds.
No, me and Aaron haven't been seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of beef.
Yeah, there's a lot of, word on the street is that me and Luke got into a very, aggressive fight, but that's not true. We've been friends throughout the whole thing. Like I said, we just need to reset, clear our minds, and but we're ready. We're ready to get into it. We're ready to talk about sports and everything in between. But like I said, I think I speak for Luke when I say we missed you guys. We missed doing this. But we just reset our energies, and we're focused and ready to go.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. I mean, we love spending our time and energy on this, that's for sure. I think everyone needs a little break in everything that they do in life. And I think it's for the best, man. I think it's good to take time away from things and kind of refocus, get that energy back and come at it full force, man. And that's what we plan to do. And a lot of good things, man. Because you know what they say, man. You're born empty-handed, you die empty-handed. So what's the most important thing? Time. And it's time that we take this journey back into this podcast and drop some knowledge and have a great time.
Yeah, and I think we kind of cheated.
Why?
Because we waited till the NFL playoffs, Wildcard Weekend.
Sir.
We start up. We're going to make some predictions, get into maybe some season-ending awards for the NFL. And, we don't really have this planned out or mapped out, but those are always the best podcasts. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of improv. I hope you guys enjoy that, because we sure as heck do. We like, living life on a whim.
Freelance
photography. So, Luke, let's dive into it, shall we?
I think we shall, man. I mean, the last few weeks in the NFL were pretty spectacular. A lot of good games, a lot of moving pieces.
Crazy, absolutely insane games, actually.
A lot of teams, looking at it now, it's like it's not that surprising. But at the beginning of the year, to see some of these teams like Seattle, the Giants, even the Dolphins the Jaguars making the playoffs, it's like, man, it's been a crazy season, honestly. And shout out to those teams, especially Seattle. I think that's the biggest, movement. Like, we all thought Seattle was going to be horrid. Geno Smith, wasn't that guy. But, I mean, look at him, 7th seed, Having a chance to take down the Niners, man, it's just been incredible.
Yeah, I guess Seattle would be the biggest surprise in there. But yeah, shout out Geno Smith. We wrote him and he didn't write back.
Good for him.
I like that, man. He stuck it to the man. Pete Carroll's the real deal. If you want to, we can. No, I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about it, man. Say it with your chest.
No, I don't want to talk about. We can talk about it maybe later on.
Out of the the 4 wild card teams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys, in the NFC. In the AFC, it's the Jaguars and the Chargers. Of those 4 teams, which of the wild card teams are the biggest threat to make a run?
I have 2, and they're in the same game.
Ooh, okay.
The Los Angeles Chargers, led by a silent killer with great hair, Justin Herbert, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who also are led by a quarterback with great lettuce.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to call this wild card game the Battle of the Lettuce.
Okay.
I'm intrigued by. I think Mike Williams is healthy, right?
Is he playing?
I think he's playing.
Okay.
I think that's a huge deal for the Los Angeles Chargers, but I think they're starting to hit their stride.
They were hot in the last few weeks.
Justin Herbert's healthy. Keenan Allen, that connection with Keenan Allen is real, and Mike Williams adds another dimension. But having those injuries at the beginning of the season for Keenan Allen and Mike Williams helped him. Josh Palmer, what's his name? Carter.
Gerald Everett,
Carter. Get their shine. So there's a lot of chemistry going on there. But the biggest part for the Chargers is their defense.
Okay.
They're starting to click a little bit. The only thing I think that's holding the Chargers back is their coach.
Really?
Yeah, not a big fan. And I think if they lose this game, he's out.
That's what they're saying, man. And I believe it. I do. I think this is Brandon Staley's last chance. If they don't win this game, he's gone.
And I think if they don't win this game, it's because he's outcoached by Doug Peterson.
Which isn't far-fetched.
It's not far-fetched.
Doug's going to have the team prepared. I guarantee it.
That's why I have, if I had to pick one of these teams, it would be the Jacksonville Jaguars to be the true Cinderella.
Really?
Yeah, make some noise.
They could be like a little Bengal run from last year.
I love what's going on in Jacksonville. The youth. Defense, Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker. Who else is there? They have a lot of young people. I can't think of it.
Devin Lloyd.
Who's that safety that had
Okulun?
Who's that safety that had 19 tackles and 2 picks?
Rayshon Jenkins?
Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
Just the youth. I mean, even on offense, Travis Etienne. I think he's dangerous. He can take it to the house at any moment. I just like what. I think that's a fascinating game.
So you have the Jaguars being the most dangerous wild card team.
Yes.
Okay. I like it, man. I like that game. I like the Chargers, Jaguars. You could go either way. But for me, the most dangerous team is the Chargers. I mean, what? I think the quarterback, I think Justin Herbert alone makes them the most dangerous wild card team. Because I'm taking Herbert over to compare the other wild card teams over Dak, who's been turning the ball over too much, and old Tom Brady, who hasn't looked very good all season, and then Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Justin Herbert's dangerous enough to be, in one of those duos with Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Burrow, who he's gonna have to face if they win these games. And he's like the only quarterback I think that could go toe to toe with these guys. So to me, that makes the Chargers very dangerous. But to compare quarterbacks in that game, Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, who of the two would you like to have as your quarterback moving forward in the future?
Justin Herbert.
Really?
No question.
Why?
He is special. Arm talent. He can do everything Trevor Lawrence can do, but at a higher level.
Really? You believe that?
Yeah, and what's the age difference? Couple years?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Give me Herbert all day.
That's surprising, man. You've always been like a Trevor Lawrence believer. Even, the doubts of last year, his rookie year, and just seeing what he's been able to do this year grow. the pedigree backs up Trevor Lawrence. National champion, 5-star, number 1 player in the nation, first overall pick.
I still think, I think going forward, without looking at Mahomes and Josh Allen, these two are the next two faces of the NFL.
Okay.
So generational talents, but I think Justin Herbert's got a little more pizzazz, if you will.
Tools.
He's got the juice. He's got the plums, man.
I think it'll be interesting to follow the chart. This game will be very interesting.
See, this is the only one I'm really, in the AFC. Can we get into that?
Go ahead, yeah.
The Dolphins and Buffalo Bills, it's a wash. Skylar Thompson's starting.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. I mean, does Teddy have a chance to play? Teddy Two-Head?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think he is, though, but...
I mean, to me, the only way the Dolphins have a chance is if the defense plays the best they've ever played in their entire lives. Everybody.
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson, I mean, is he good? No. Is he great? Absolutely not.
He may not be great, but all he has to do is be good in one game.
See, this is where I would have to disagree. Brock Purdy can be good, just decent, because the San Francisco has a great defense. That's what I'm saying. If Miami has plays with their hair on fire, and I just don't see that happening.
I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I could see it happening because of the weapons they have. All he has to do is be good. He has to be good enough to get the ball to the playmakers, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Gesicki.
They don't even use Gesicki.
I know, but still,
Sad.
he could be an impactful player in the playoffs or in that game. Who knows? But I wouldn't pick them to win. I think the Bills obviously will win, but I think it's going to be a closer game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Really?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be 28-20. Because the Bills themselves, I know they're a strong favorite, but they have flaws as well. They have things that have been working out all season. And I think the Dolphins have enough offensively to keep themselves in the game. Their defense hasn't been very good, but I think it'll be a closer game than we expect.
See, I would say everything that you're saying if Teddy Bridgewater is playing. Because we've seen him get it to Tyreek Hill. I don't think Tyreek Hill's really had a good game with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, but he's going to have to.
I don't know. It's just, for me, the Dolphins are going to Buffalo with Buffalo playing for Damar Hamlin, which is a crazy story.
You know how cool it would be during the introductions if Damar Hamlin walked out to lead the team on the field?
He ran out.
And he led the team out?
Yeah, that would be... I mean, they'd win 58 to
That'd be insane.
3. But that's an amazing story in itself. Shout out Damar Hamlin. The prayers worked. We love you. It's an amazing story. I think he's out of the Buffalo hospital now, and he's with the team, the facility, which is amazing. Prayers worked. Beautiful story. So, I mean, if Buffalo is playing for Damar Hamlin, I think they're going to beat down Miami pretty good.
That makes sense. Crazy story.
They're going to plug the Dolphins' blowholes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They can't breathe without them.
I'm just saying, man. I think
but
the Dolphins are playing with their back against the wall, and they know that, and I don't know. I think it'll be closer.
That's surprising to me that you're not thinking this is going to be a curb stomp.
Divisional games tend to be closer than we expect. Dude, it's crazy, too, because there's another divisional game with the Bengals and Ravens. There's a few divisional games. Niners, Seahawks.
Okay, if Tua's playing this game, this is an amazing game.
Yeah.
But I think I'm glad that Tua's and the Dolphins are thinking about his health.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, we want him to play longer.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think...
Let's pick a score then, shall we?
Yeah, I said 28-20. I'll stick with it. Buffalo.
I'll go 35-17. Buffalo.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, I want to talk about this matchup. I think the Vikings are the most likely to get upset in their first round matchup by the New York Giants.
I think that's fair.
I think I'm going to pick the Giants.
I'm not going to go that far. One of these years, Minnesota's got to prove us wrong.
There's got to be an upset, though, right?
Yeah, and I feel crazy for picking the one I'm going to pick.
Don't tell me. We'll get to it. I want to talk about this matchup. The Vikings, I think, are a popular pick, right? Their offense is good. Defense has been hit or miss. You know, like you said, it's their time to finally do something.
But is it?
But is it? Like you said, I think the advantage coaching goes to the Giants. I think the defense advantage goes to the Giants. They played really well the last few weeks. Week 18 against the Eagles, they looked really good. And it's a matter of Saquon. Saquon played Minnesota already this year. Ground game.
Come on, man.
Work off of Saquon. Get Daniel Jones out in the field, and you're looking good. Daniel Jones had a heck of a year.
It ain't Saquon. We both know it. I'm looking you in the eye.
No, we do. It is Saquon.
It's Daniel Jones. It's Danny Dimes.
I think there's a case to be made for both, but I think it starts with Saquon. They do not win this game if Saquon has 12 for 60.
I think they could. If
Really?
Daniel Jones throws for 300 yards and rushes.
Yeah, but when has he ever thrown for 300 yards? You're asking him to do something.
He has. What was the last week of the season he played?
Two
17?
times this year?
Yeah, but they won big.
I don't know.
Who was that against?
Who, last week?
No, because he didn't play last week. The week before. You had him on your fantasy team.
Oh, the Colts?
It was the Colts.
Yeah,
that was like his best game of the season.
Against the team that threw the white flag. This is the playoff. This is different.
My thing is, okay, you say Saquon, and I get that, of course.
It has to.
But for me, Minnesota's going to, score.
Yeah.
So they have to keep up.
Right.
You don't do that through Saquon. It's Danny Jones who's got to light it up a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying.
And use his legs.
No, I agree, but
250-plus yards passing, 50-plus yards rushing.
But your scenario is coming from a scenario if they're playing from behind. I'm saying from the start of the game, establish Saquon, work off Saquon. Defense is playing good. You're causing Kirk Cousins issues.
Then.
You know what happens when Kirk Cousins is having, you can't hold it tight in the rear, so it's leaking.
Yeah.
We see that a lot from Kirk.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. You're saying limit the Vikings' possession by running the ball with Saquon.
Establish Saquon. How dangerous is Saquon when he's getting fed? Especially against Minnesota, whose defense has been very vulnerable. And then if not, you work off Saquon. Get Daniel Jones out there. They know Daboll understands what's going on.
If Daboll, that's probably a good game plan because one or two Kirk Cousins mistakes.
Yes.
And you're limiting their possessions. It could be a, winning formula. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I'm rooting for the Giants.
Giants are going to win this game.
But I just feel like, I know this is like, beating a dead cow. But the Vikings got to prove us wrong one day. You know what I mean?
I guess obviously,
and
they have the best receiver in the NFL who could easily put the team on their back and just blow it up.
Is it crazy to say that the Vikings have a dynamic offense?
No, that's not crazy.
Is it dynamic, though, or is it like a notch below?
I mean, what teams would you put in that top tier?
Chiefs.
I mean, we've seen the best of the Vikings, and they're in that group, I would say.
Yeah, I think they're – I don't know if you could say dynamic, but like all those –
I think so.
Some games they are, some games they're not.
Yeah, but they are dynamic.
In terms of their weapons, they're dynamic.
Yeah, they're loaded.
Hawkinson,
the best
JJ, Thielen.
The best skill position offense in the NFL. I'll say that. It's just Kirk Cousins. What are we gonna get from Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I respect your pick on the Giants, but I'm going to take Minnesota.
Okay.
We didn't even mention Dalvin Cook, man.
You can if you want.
What about Madison?
What about him?
Come on, let's show everybody a little bit of love. We haven't been on this podcast in a while, so I'm going to shout a lot of people out today.
Madison's an unrestricted free agent next year.
Where do we see him?
That's a good question. I'd like to see him have his own backfield, though.
There's a lot of people on that free agent. Tony Pollard,
Saquon.
Kareem Hunt.
Be good, man.
Saquon's going back to the Giants.
We'll see.
But let's pick a score.
Okay.
That's probably my second game I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like the feeling that the Giants are gonna play good. I do. There's more of a. I feel like there's a higher floor with the Giants than there is with the Vikings. The ceiling's not there like the Vikings. The Vikings have one of the highest ceilings in all of the playoffs, but the floor.
Yeah.
You can rely on Saquon. You can rely on the defense if Daniel Jones isn't playing well. Like, there's a lot of ways for them to scrape this game out. So I'm taking the Giants, and I'm going to take it 27-24.
27-20. That would be a heck of a game. And this hurts me because I'm a big Daniel Jones truther, but I don't trust him enough to pick him. It's sad to say, but
why?
I'm saying it.
We've seen him play well.
We've seen him stink.
But Minnesota's defense isn't known for being a game record.
I know, but Daniel Jones isn't known for taking advantage of bad defenses.
Hey, man, he had over 700 yards rushing.
I mean, I think that's a big part of it is his legs.
Big part.
I mean,
3rd and 6, he can get that first for you.
that's why I think like it's all on Daniel Jones, and I don't know if I trust him in a playoff game.
But you trust Kirk Cousins in his first playoff game.
This
in
is
Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins first?
At home in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I hate to say it, I wouldn't.
This is my opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
can't
respect
trust
it.
him. I'm going to go 28-24 Minnesota.
Okay.
Man, it kind of hurts me to say it, man.
Because deep down, you know the Giants, dog. The G-men out here making noise.
I can't do it until I guess I have to see it first.
What about the other wild card game with Tampa and Dallas? How are you feeling about that game? What are you looking forward to the most?
This is a classic example of underachievers.
Ooh.
All the talent, all the hype in the world, and they match up. What a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most hyped teams. America's team versus Tampa Bay. It doesn't get much better. But one of them... So, the crazy part about this game is the team that loses is going to get pooped on for the rest of the offseason. All the speculation, all this and that. And then the team that wins is going to be a little hyped on. I guess it depends on how they win, but I think it's a fascinating game. Dak led the league in interceptions. Was it 15? And he played 12 games.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on in his head. You might be listening too much of Mississippi Queen.
Mississippi Queen.
If you know what I mean.
I don't know, man. Dak's been very interesting this year. I mean, he has those games where he'll look real good and stuff like that, and then he'll have those bonehead turnovers. And he really hasn't been like that in the past in his career. He's always been real good about turning the ball over. He'll put up those big numbers, limit the turnovers. But it's been different this year. I mean, he's not making the smart decisions.
I think he's playing on all Madden.
Yeah, he turned it up, man.
Yeah, you get those stupid picks, but you're still he's putting up decent stats.
Could this be the year Dallas finally makes a run, or is this just a disappointment waiting to happen?
See, this has been on my brain. It's been swirling around in this little brain of mine. Dallas usually comes into the playoffs with hype. Maybe they finish the season strong. This year, they literally pooped the bed last game of the season. Terrible showing. Just lost to the Commanders. Not even close. Couldn't move the ball.
Right.
Will they show us what they're really about against Tampa Bay? The expectations are really low after last week, aren't they?
I think so. For both teams.
Tampa Bay lost. It's going to be interesting. I don't know.
Do you remember this matchup week 1 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was a barn burner.
Like 45, 41, 38, whatever.
Yeah, Mike
It's
Evans
just-
had 0 catches or something.
How crazy would it be if we get something like that? Is that possible, or are these two different squads?
I can't see that from Tampa. They haven't done it all year. There's something seriously wrong.
What is it? Is it Brady? Is it?
Tom Brady, have you seen his girlfriend?
No, but she's probably beautiful.
Yeah, she's like probably really young and like a famous model.
Okay, not surprised.
But anyway,
You're daydreaming about her?
no, I'm not daydreaming about her. I'm just saying that he might be daydreaming about her.
Ah,
I think he might be trying to look cool on the field and not really play the game.
midlife crisis.
Yeah, something's going on. They never put it together. We thought, I mean, especially me, I thought they'd put it eventually. He's got the same team he had last year. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans,
Offensive line dealt with some injuries. Defense.
Russell Gage, maybe, but maybe the offensive line makes it that big of a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been weird all year, man. I mean, I think they're very vulnerable, and it's hard to trust this team in the playoffs. Because I feel like if you have a lot of flaws as a team going into the playoffs, you can be exposed. And I think they're going to get exposed. And it sucks, man, because people are going to look at Dallas like, oh, this is the year. They beat Tampa Bay. They're going to face the Eagles. It's going to give them a chance. They have an easy road to the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. We're going to start getting all this hype. But in reality, they're just facing a Tampa Bay team that's not good. You know, they beat up on an NFC South division that honestly was the worst. Carolina, the Saints, Atlanta, horrible. All have, top of the picks in this offseason. In Dallas, just as a team, I think they're the number 2 defense. They have stars on both sides that can take over in big moments. I think the big thing in this game will be getting Tony Pollard and Zeke involved, because Tampa, the run defense normally is real good, but if they can establish that, not have Dak throw it because he's been turnover friendly recently, and just kind of just establish the game from the start. And I feel like that Dallas could really expose Tampa in this game.
Tampa Bay is missing the red-headed raccoon.
Who, Andy Dalton?
No, what's the center's name? Ryan Jensen?
Oh, yeah. He's back, I think.
He is?
Or he's been practicing.
If they get him back, they might put some noise on the board.
I don't know. It'd be cool to see him just come out and just put up numbers, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I'm leaning Dallas on this one, honestly. Because, at least Dallas has shown flashes. I don't think Tampa Bay's even shown a flash, except for that. The only flash was the Jaguars game over in German.
German?
German.
And even just as a NFL fan, I think we should be rooting for the Cowboys. Because they can provide better football. They can make things more competitive than I think Tampa Bay could moving forward.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Dallas comes out on top, man.
Do you think?
Can you speak German?
Deutsch, Basklis, Balulelf.
Yeah, it sounds like you're hawking up a loogie.
Yeah, I think I'm sounding like I'm talking to another Neanderthal.
For the score, I'm probably gonna go. Can they get up there? I don't know.
You think Dallas could put it on them, or what?
Yeah, I think they could spank on them. Yeah, I'm gonna go pretty conservative. I'm gonna go 20-17 Cowboys. Tampa Bay puts up 17 every game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good score. I don't think it'll be super crazy, but I think I don't know. I was thinking 31 for Dallas, but I'm not. I'm gonna do 24-17. Dallas.
Big D.
They don't call it Dallas Pepper.
I want to talk about. Should we go back to the AFC?
I'm wherever you're at, man.
Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Excuse me.
Go place your bets on the Bengals.
It's easy. It's another wash.
Take the money line. Take everything. Put a whole bunch of money on Cincinnati. That's all I have to say.
Lamar Jackson's not playing. I think he's given up on the Baltimore Ravens.
I think he's showing the Ravens what they are without him. I think he's doing it on purpose.
I like that theory. Actually, I think you might be right.
It's true.
I thought he was tired of wearing black on black.
I think he's tired of the disrespect.
How are they disrespecting him? He got injured.
Pay the man. Give him what he deserves. Lamar Jackson is very underappreciated, overly disrespected, and he's a franchise quarterback. He's a top-tier quarterback, and these guys are scared to pay him. They're giving him running back money. Come on, man. If they're going to be disrespectful, I don't want to play for you either.
He needs to carry himself like that.
He does.
No, man, I've seen him on the Twitter. I've seen him telling people to eat poop.
So, I could see you doing that, though, too.
He's flinging that poop around the Twitterverse, man. He needs to put the Twitter fingers up, man.
Nah, man, he's allowed. He's got freedom of speech.
He needs to come out with a 3-piece suit. Answer the question. Stop hiding. That's what starting quarterbacks do.
Nah, man, he's different. That's why I respect him. He's different. He speaks his mind. He's not scared to put up the big fight. He's not scared of nobody. He's gonna tell you what he feels. And that's what we need. We need difference out here.
No, I agree. I think Lamar Jackson should get paid.
I'd give him more. Kyler Murray got paid.
Sometimes you have to play the devil's advocate.
Kyler got paid. Dak got paid. Lamar's better than both. I would take Lamar in a heartbeat over those guys.
I would too.
No doubt. Like, that's a no.
But I will say I don't necessarily think he's doing himself any favors by kind of shunning the Ravens and being very distant.
That's on them. I don't. If you're being disrespected.
How do we know he's not going to get a deal in the offseason?
I mean,
someone's
he
going to
probably
pay
will.
him.
He probably will.
Okay,
But he's been injured, you know. But I'm just saying.
He's been out for a month.
Stop with the disrespect. We did it with Lamar. He proved us wrong. We did it with Jalen Hurts. He proved us wrong. And now we're doing it with Justin Fields, and he's about to prove everyone wrong. Stop. Stop with all that. These guys are good at what they do, man. Give them a chance.
I agree. I like Lamar, but he might have played his last game in Baltimore.
That's fair. Anthony Brown, is he starting?
No, Tyler Huntley. He's not practicing, but they say he's going to play.
They don't have a chance. They don't have a chance, dude.
No, Bengals are back on their Super Bowl grind.
I do want to say, though, shout out Roquan Smith for getting paid. He is the best linebacker in football. Actually, second. Fred Warner's the best. Roquan Smith is not far behind. He single-handedly changed the way that defense has looked when they made that trade from him. He's a beast. He's different.
He's a perfect Raven.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, if Lamar's not playing, there ain't a hog spitting chance that the Ravens win.
No.
There's not a hop, skip, and a jump chance that they're gonna win this game, Lou.
No, there's not.
Lou, I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news, but I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, man. I mean, Baltimore has not looked very good. Mark Andrews hasn't looked good. I don't know if he's fully healthy. They don't have the weapons. Dobbins this, Dobbins that. The Cincinnati Bengals, though.
Carry on.
They got Joe Burrow. They got Jamar. They got the boys, man. You're not going to be able to stop them. There's no chance. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? Being Baltimore. Not a dang thing. Joe Burrow is going to be out here. He's going to throw 5 touchdowns.
I mean, I'm not going to do all that, man. I'll say like 3, but...
It's against a rival. A lot of talk.
There's some beef going on. Jamar Chase said he's got something for him.
I bet Jamar Chase is gonna go nuclear. It's gonna be one of those games where we're like, gosh, dang. I guarantee it. I'll put money down on it.
Who has a better game, Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
Jamar. I think Jamar's got a lot to prove. That may seem wild to say, but I think so. Especially with the Jefferson talk. Oh, I'd rather have Jefferson. A lot of talk right now. Jamar hasn't had his best season yet in his future. But he's gonna put on a show. So is Joe Burrow.
Come back, Lamar, man. We need a good game.
So we'll both take the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Bengals I'll take 38 to 20.
I'll go 33 to 20.
Okay.
I just want to say I'm sorry to Lamar Jackson.
Why?
I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No, it's alright, man. You can move on. We're past that already. What's the last game? We got the Niners and Seahawks, huh?
Hey, I hate to do it to you, Lou.
Nah, we'll talk about it first.
No, I hate to do it.
Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Is he real or is he not?
I've seen him been doing the sturdy.
He's
He's a decent quarterback. He's good for what this team needs, which isn't much. But I got bad news.
What?
I got a funny feeling.
About what?
Upset.
Why?
Upset alert.
Why do you think that?
Gino.
What about him?
Brock Purdy's a rookie.
Alright.
First playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Atmosphere's different.
Okay.
A lot of pressure. A lot of hype going on. He's undefeated. Everything's going his way. Not coming Saturday. Seahawks.
But why?
Why?
Yeah, like what happens?
Kenneth Walker
Against the run defense?
opens up a little bit.
I don't think so. This game isn't going to be that close.
It's going to be close, and Seattle's going to take it.
I don't think so. There's not a matchup you can exploit.
What if the defense has a bad game?
I mean, I guess DK.
Well, what if it's a low-scoring game?
Then I'm betting on the Niners to win.
I'm betting on the Seahawks.
The Niners can beat you in so many different ways, it's not even funny.
But what if it doesn't go as planned?
I mean, I'm not saying obviously, like, anything can happen, right? I mean, Seattle knows the Niners, they're divisional, they know what they got to do. But I just don't know if there's enough ways to exploit the Niners for the Seahawks. If Kenneth Walker gets shut down and they're bringing pressure on Geno, I mean, I could see them winning if DK has big plays, Tyler Lockett scores a big touchdown. But, like, they're not going to put up 20 plus, 24. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, I think you speak for the masses when you say that. It's a feeling I have.
And not only is their defense, but their offense is this probably the most reliable, trustworthy offense in the playoffs.
Do you feel better about the 49ers with Purdy or Garoppolo?
Right now, it's Purdy.
You feel more confident with them?
Yeah, right now I do, absolutely. I feel like he can do more. Have you seen what he makes it happen. He does. As much as I don't.
He's been good.
He's been good. Shout out to Shanahan for that. I mean, it looks like they're having a lot of fun. Christian McCaffrey was the greatest midseason trade in NFL history. George Kittle's been unlocked. They've been doing this without Deebo Samuel. If they get him back, Brandon Ayuk stepped up big time. It's just they have so many pieces that they can beat you with on the ground through the air that Seattle can't, to go along with the number one defense in the NFL. The 49ers have the recipe to win the NFC to make another run at the Super Bowl, and we do this every year, where it's like, oh, the Niners, they can't do this, they can't do that. But we look at the team, and it's like, this is the best team, and they end up going to the Super Bowl. They end up going to the NFC Championship on the last, like, 3 or 4 years. It's just we shouldn't look past that. Like, it's just the Niners are the Niners.
Yeah, it sounds good coming out of your mouth, but you got to do it between the lines.
I mean, I respect it. It could happen.
Dude, I got to pick one upset, and I picked the biggest one.
You did. I think
I
you
go
did.
big game hunting.
You did, man. You speak a big talk, man.
Kenneth Walker rushes for 100 yards.
Really?
Geno throws for 250 and 2 touchdowns.
That's enough to win?
No turnovers. 21-20 Seahawks. What flies over the sea? Not a seagull, but a seahawk.
Seahawks aren't
Mic
real.
drop. What?
Seahawks aren't real animal.
You ever been up in the West Coast?
If Geno Smith doesn't turn the ball over, they can have a chance.
That's the key.
But they're not.
No turnovers. Brock Purdy looks like a rookie. There's definitely a scenario, dude.
I'm going to take 28-20. 28-17.
That's bad.
49ers.
That's abysmal.
I like what I see out of the Niners,
That's
man.
shameful.
As a person who likes the Eagles, the Niners are the most deadliest team.
If you take a seagull and put them, have you ever seen Deadliest Catch?
Yeah?
You get a box of seagulls and you ship them up to where Deadliest Catch is, and they have to weather that wind and cold and waves and water. It will eventually become a Seahawk because they gain muscle in their feathers and their wings and become massive and turn colors, and they transform into a Seahawk because a seagull won't survive up there. Just like if you take a pig and you stick it in the forest for a couple years, it comes out a hog.
They just have to adapt to their
It's called being
environment.
feral. It's called getting to... Like, Luke, if we put you in the forest for a couple months, your whole body's going to be covered in fur. Even your crack. Alright? You're going to become a little bit feral.
What if I groomed myself?
How do you plan to do that out there? Shower?
I don't know. Probably Venmo someone to come do it.
Because if you're exposed to the elements, let's say, you're nude,
Okay.
your body has to adapt to that, so you end up growing hair in places you wouldn't normally because you wear clothes.
But would that change me as a man?
I think it would. I think there wouldn't be anything you couldn't handle if you could stay out there for a while.
There'd definitely be things that I worry about now that I wouldn't then.
I think the first thing that happens is that whenever you're out there for a while as a human, your eyebrows become one. An eyebrow.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because I don't shave my eyebrows.
Never?
No.
You don't get uni hairs?
So if they don't connect now, why would they connect then?
Because you'd be
For
you'd
protection?
be vulnerable, yeah.
My body would have to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
What else would change?
Your mentality.
How so?
Well, you'd have to hunt for your meals. You'd have to gather your meals. Like you would be nonstop just to survive. Like you'd probably come back into real life and think you have to do something all the time. Like I'd see you washing your clothes in the backyard all the time if you came back from the lifestyle of that. You'd
Yeah.
probably be a lot different.
I'd probably just convince animals to work for me. Have like a crew that would go out and like gather berries and wood.
You're not hearing me, bro. You can't negotiate with animals.
I could, yeah.
No. Because they're running off instinct, and if you start messing with their instinct, you mess up the ecosystem.
But I wouldn't affect their instinct. They'd have the freedom to do what they want.
So they wouldn't work for you.
but I could, yeah, manipulation.
Dude, we've been trying it for years. It ain't gonna work.
If you went out into the forest, right, and there was an animal bigger, stronger, smarter, faster, say a grizzly bear, right, but super smart, smarter than you, you're gonna feel very intimidated. You're gonna feel fear, and so when you have fear, you're controllable. That bear could control you if he wanted. Hey, grizzly bear comes up to you. Hey, I need you to go gather me 15 logs. You're gonna tell him no. You're gonna say no, sir. I'm not gonna do that for you. And then he's gonna intimidate you. He's gonna try to attack on you, bite on you a little bit, and then by then you're like, no, I'm gonna get you your 15 logs, man. Give me a minute. And so by then he's got you working for him, because of fear, because of the intimidation factor. And you get him your logs, and next he asks you 15 berries. You go get him 15 berries. You're protected. You feel safe because of these things. But at the end of the day, he's bigger, stronger, faster. What are you gonna do?
See, that all makes sense, and you're correct in some parts of it. You're correct that it's bigger, stronger, and faster than me, the grizzly bear, which is the apex predator in the wild, by the way. But the only thing the grizzly bear wants from me is to leave him alone.
No, but I'm saying, like,
There's no way.
I'm not saying the grizzly bear will feel that way. I'm saying, like, if me.
Oh. The problem is animals don't have negotiation skills. He's not
How
gonna
do we
say,
know?
I'll get you this 15 logs if you do this for me. He's just gonna start eating you. You think you're gonna stand in front of a grizzly?
No, I'm not gonna get the bear to do it. I'm
You're-
gonna get like a gopher or like a beaver.
You're gonna stand in front of the gopher hole and whisper down the hole, "Hey, Mr. Gopher, can you do me a favor?" He ain't gonna come up for about 10 months.
No, I would learn his tendencies. I would learn his ways to communicate. And then it's a long process. This isn't an overnight thing. Then I would figure out ways that I could manipulate him into working for me.
I think the funny thing is that the animals would manipulate you to scratch their back,
How so?
bringing them food, bringing them little comfies,
To
make
me?
their net. Yeah,
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
because that's the only way you're gonna get them to listen. So you bring them some milk duds every now and again. They're like, dude, we don't get this around the forest. So they're
Nah, I'm not gonna provide that for him. I'll provide him shelter. And,
they have shelter.
and a
there's
place
nothing-
to stay.
There's nothing that you can provide.
And protection. I can provide protection.
You can't.
Yeah, I can.
What are you gonna protect the gopher from? The fox?
Predators, yeah.
But we need the predators to eat them.
It's like
It's the circle of life.
you give and you get, working
Dude,
together.
we can't put you in the forest, or the ecosystem would be thrown way off.
No, that's not true.
If you start protecting the little gophers, man, there's gonna be too many of them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They'll work for me. So at the end of the day, that's what I would want, That's how I would survive. I'd be thriving.
I mean, you can try, but I just don't see it happening, man.
You never know, man. Don't count it out. If not, then, I'll have to, find other ways to survive. When I think it's doable. As long as you have a place to sleep, you can find a, fresh water source. And, find some seeds and some berries and start planting a little bit, gardening a little bit, to at least have that support there. And then you can have your ventures on to hunt and get you some meat and stuff. That's really all you're doing. You don't have time to be on Facebook and Twitter. You're out here trying to live, and that living is finding water and food.
Yeah, I think we should all take a little piece of that mindset,
Why?
but you can't in this world
Why not?
because everything is given to us. We don't have to get anything. You can click of a button. Hey, I got food coming in about 20 minutes. When you want some pasta, macaroni.
Take some Wingstop.
Exactly. It's a push of a button, man. Sometimes, some people don't even go to the grocery store anymore. They get it delivered.
Yeah.
So literally from what we came from as hunter and gatherers, as you know, back in the day, we've come from side of the spectrum all the way to we don't have to do anything at all. And
You
that can
gotta
only
work.
be one thing, the downfall of the civilization.
Why? You ever seen Wally?
Because we're losing that sense.
Have you seen Wally before?
Yeah, where they lose their bone mass.
Yeah, and they're just
And if they fall out of their chair, they can't walk.
yeah, 'cause they have everything they need right there, man.
Exactly.
I mean, I see it's the way of life now, but
Get off your athletes, do some math.
I mean, you still have to work. You still have to get money.
You can do that remote.
Yeah.
You can literally just move your fingers for a couple hours a day and you'll be alright.
I guess some people like doing that. But like people who still have those roots, you know, they like to go out and do it themselves, and you know, they have those survival instincts still. And
That's why, have you seen the pictures of the AI made from humankind from the beginning
No.
to the end? You haven't seen it?
What is it? AI?
AI, the drawing from human evolution?
No.
It's like from monkeys, and we turn all the way into wires and robots. We turn into a wire at the very end.
What's that mean?
I'm not sure, but the root core of being a human being is what our ancestors did. We're turning into machines.
Yeah, but how do they know? How do
Yeah.
they know? Yeah, how would they know? We can change. We can alter the
I
future.
don't know, but remember those
tomorrow.
Pictures? Remember I showed you the pictures the AI drew of the album covers?
Yeah.
And they finished them? Isn't that weird? How do they know what to put? How do they even know the context of what the band was thinking of when they made it?
I don't think there's a way we can stop AI. I think AI is coming.
It's
I
already
mean,
too late.
unfortunately. But I think there's a way we can alter the future. I don't think we know what's going to happen. There's definitely a way. There's definitely things that are going to happen that are going to change our future.
We're forgetting what it means to be human. We want to be robots.
Who does?
We do.
Humans?
Yeah.
I think if you ask like 1,000 people, I think the majority of them would say they wouldn't want that. Wouldn't
They
you?
would say it, but do they mean it?
'Cause I think a lot of these are like bots, man, not even real people out here doing stuff.
I think people want the easiest route possible.
Really?
If they can send their little AI to go to school for them, they're going to do it. If they can send an AI to go to work for them, they'll do it. If corporations can get robots to do people's jobs, they're going to do it.
How about you, though? If you were offered the easiest route in life, would you take it?
In the past, of course I would, but usually the right choice is the hard choice.
Okay.
It makes you
Wisdom.
it builds you as a human. To make the right choice is usually the one that takes longer. It's usually the one that hurts the most. It's usually the one that builds character. But out of convenience, you take I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I take the easy choice a lot in my life, but deep down I know
It's all about the journey, man, not the end results.
if you can see the stars at night, you're doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, I think just so nowadays is like money driven and like I don't know. I think we're going down a difficult path.
We need to stay away from that AI.
No, it's not. It's coming no matter what. It's here. But it's like I think we can still alter what happens in the future. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we are just going to be wires and connected to all big one conscious computer.
Yeah, like we get the choice to either plug in or unplug.
And I'll be danged if I'm still around for that.
I'll be danged if I plug in.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I think it's interesting, man. It's difficult to think about. So I wish we could just live the way we want to live, how we're
I
supposed
think
to.
we still have time to enjoy. I mean, yeah, we have plenty of time to enjoy.
Yeah, but I'm young, dude. I have my whole life to live. We're both young. Like we still have our entire lives to live. It's crazy.
I know, but like as individuals, we have the right to make our choices and enjoy like, the outdoors, and we make our own choices. I think we will be able. I don't know. I don't.
How are you gonna be able to function in society without being like connected to like your phone and like social media? Like everything
That's
is
the
going.
thing.
Everything
It's
is gonna be technology. Everything.
That's the thing, man. We might not even see it coming, and it's too late. By the time we do, it's too late. We're already plugged in.
Cause I feel like
I'm
even
already
now.
addicted to my phone, man.
But I feel like even now, like for me and you personally, like we haven't fully connected to like technology, like how a lot of people have, like with like social medias and taking advantage of, TikTok and, all these people making all this money on that, and like we kind of never really embraced that stuff. To like now, people have like I feel like now we're a step behind because we're almost forced into being involved in this, and like you kind of have to like moving forward to be like recognized, or a good way of making money and stuff will be just strictly off of what's going on online and social media and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's interesting. Cause like all these people like online and stuff that don't bring anything to society, have millions of views, have millions of dollars, not doing anything, just talking and being entertaining online. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you mentioned that we might not be as bad as others in terms of our social media.
What do you mean?
Like you said, we don't have like TikTok and
But like, is that us being behind the game? Cause like now, like if that's the way the world's going, like we're behind. Like we're getting left. Like we're not. If we're not involved, and we already missed out on that. Cause like that's how people were becoming financially stable, and you know, making changes in the world is through the social media online. You know what I mean? And like we're not even really involved in any of that. But like, what if that's the way the world is going, and
yeah, I don't know if I would say we're left behind, maybe missing out if that's what we wanted to do. But like, yeah, there's people that like spend a lot of time. I mean, their livelihoods on their phone and stuff. But even us as people that don't have a livelihood on our phone and don't have every social media thing, I think we still have a addiction to our phones. I think it's already programmed into us. Everyone is. Like
Yeah.
we may not have TikTok, but we have Bleacher Report. We might not have Snapchat, but we have Reddit. There's other avenues, you know.
Yeah, but those that fully embrace it, right? Like they have TikTok, they're having millions of views, they're successful, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, I mean, that's obviously like the future.
Shoot, I want to get in on it.
That's what I mean. See, but now it's like since we weren't involved, we thought it was stupid, but that's the way the world is now. Like we're
We
behind.
could have missed an opportunity, but it ain't over. I mean, I think we have to adapt with the times, and I think it's time to start doing it for Forget What You Heard.
But what are the benefits of not getting involved and just not like staying to what we've been doing,
I mean, there's pros and cons.
to everything, I guess.
The pros would be, doing it and not being successful at it, and like feeling like a failure. Wait, did I say that's a pro?
Yeah.
That's a con. A pro would be is that we get our name out there, we become successful, we can do this for a living, which would be fantastic. con is time consuming. Another pro would be it could be fun. It could build our relationship and our business acumen, marketing, advertising. It could be fun. I think we like to do silly stuff like skits. We have a lot of skit ideas. Like kind of, get out of our comfort zone. Yeah, I mean, for
So you're
mental
telling
health, it's probably not very good.
so you're telling me there's more pros and cons. There's more pros than cons.
Mental health.
But there's more pros than cons getting on social media.
No, I don't think so. I think it's about even.
But you're saying it from like a business standpoint, it makes sense.
Yeah, but if you with business and we make a livelihood, it comes with like the fans and the trolls and the negative, and then the pressure to put out content that's good and see how our views are doing, and like it's a lot. There's be a lot that came with it.
Yeah.
And there's social media or like TikTokers that get famous for a little bit and then they're gone. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to navigate it, see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's something we'll venture on, man. I don't think I've ever really thought of myself doing that, like fully embracing social media and just being a part of it that way, because I never thought that was like the way to live, to be honest. That's not reality. Social media is not a real thing. It's fake.
It's a facade.
Yeah, but people are making so much money and growing businesses, and that's the thing though. That's the trick though. Like, yeah, they're making money, but in reality, they're probably not very happy because it's not real, and your dopamine levels probably get real high, and then when things aren't working out, you probably get wrecked. You probably feel horrible because you're not getting likes, you're not getting the views you want, and it's just a tough decision to make in your life. I feel like those that don't want to do TikTok, deep down it's like, dang, all these people doing TikTok making money, like you want to, but then like it comes with other things, and a lot of people are self-conscious, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think if you go into it with like other ideas in mind, like let's say that maybe we wanted to make a certain amount of money so we could start something else outside of social media, like a business.
So
like you just use the capital to do stuff in reality.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I think that's a healthy way, like a goal of like, yeah, start off small, $30,000, just so you can, maybe start something in reality. I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe like land, like you've mentioned before. You want to get some land, that would be cool.
But what does that mean?
Like we wouldn't want, like if we got into, like started making money somehow, some way, by some miracle.
But it's not about the money, though.
No, I would want to use it for, investments.
Okay.
I think that's a good, healthy way to go about it. I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. There's definitely ways you can use social media to your advantage. But, like, I guess it ultimately comes down to, like, what you're using it for, Like, I don't know.
Do you think it's a lot of luck to get,
of course,
like, just the right person sees it and shares your video and, like, somehow it goes viral?
I think it comes with a lot of things, man. I think you have to be creative. I think a lot of it has to do with creativity and just luck, definitely. And, like, I don't know, because some people, probably don't even put in the work. They just, like, have a video, it blows up, and then they, doing that. So, yeah, I think the majority of it is luck. Yeah.
Like, I scroll through YouTube Shorts, and you can tell the difference between those that put in work and those that
they don't.
Kind of got lucky.
They just share a video, and it's them just talking about it or whatever.
I get a lot of videos of, like, people from India working out, and they're not very big. I don't know how I get it. Like, how did they get on my YouTube Shorts?
That algorithm, dog.
Dude, but they're like smaller than me, and they're like lifting weights, and it's not even good form or nothing.
I guess it's just people like to see other people bettering themselves. That's true.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't dislike him. I don't put the thumbs down or nothing. I just keep going.
I mean for me, like I like seeing people trying to better themselves. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people are haters and stuff, but for me personally, I enjoy seeing other people like putting in work and trying to make themselves better. I appreciate that.
What's your favorite videos to stumble upon on social media?
Uh, Usually like animals.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I love that, man. It's just heart. Some of them are heartwarming. Some of them are scary. You never know what you're gonna get. You can get a bear attack, and you can get, two polar bear cubs peeking their head out of the tunnel.
And I like yeah, animals, like people talking about animals, like informative stuff, like stuff I wouldn't have known. But I'd say another one is like the comedy. A lot of the comedy stuff is real funny to me, cause like stand-up's funny, but when you put them in like clips, like short clips, it makes it even funnier to me. It's just like a little snippet, and like there's a lot of funny stuff out there, man. And I think that's a big thing too. Is like you have to be funny, you have to be informative, like you have to provide something to stick around. You know what I mean? Like,
I listened to a podcast about two kids that started in high school, and they started to do social media and stuff because they were afraid to talk to people at high school. They're afraid to talk in front of their class and stuff. Like that's the reason they started their channel on YouTube. And I think they're like 26, 27 now, so they've been doing it for a while, like 10 years, but they slowly like put themselves in so many weird and awkward situations that they became better socially, and I thought that was fascinating. And that's a big part of why I enjoy doing podcasts, because I'm very shy, and like during school I never really wanted to raise my hand or speak in front of the class, but I feel like doing this I'm more I appreciate my opinion. I'm more confident in my opinion and stuff.
yeah, I agree with that. But I think eventually, it's probably nice to see, like, if you're someone that cares about like people's opinions, and like you're shy or socially awkward, like going to social media. I mean, it could be beneficial or not, because like it's beneficial if you post something and you're getting comments like, oh, that's great, you got a great this, great that, like, yeah, that it's helpful, it'll boost you up, but then you're also gonna get
No, but it's not about the comments for them.
yeah, so it's someone that doesn't care what people think.
It was about them putting themselves in uncomfortable situations so much that they became comfortable.
Oh, okay.
But now they do like paranormal stuff.
Oh, okay.
They go to like haunted hotels and like haunted places.
So they ended up doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah, at first they were doing like ask a girl to for her number and stuff at the very beginning.
Oh, I see.
But now they've grown into like going to the Stanley, staying a night, and having those experiences.
That's good for them, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that I've never heard that a social media person say that they did it just to get out of their shell, really, which is cool.
It's definitely a way to do that. I mean, definitely putting yourself out there in the world, I think it's interesting, man. I think it all depends on what you want to achieve, really. But I think if you have a business or business plans, like you almost have to be involved socially, because you have to build your brand, you have to get your name out there, and the best way to do that is with social media,
Yeah, I think yeah, basically you have to be like real estate agents. They have to be very active on Facebook or whatever, and just so they're active and readily available.
Yeah.
I mean, basically anything, really.
It's almost everyone nowadays is like a content creator or like a claim to be public figure,
Yeah.
which is it's a good thing, if you're bettering other people,
It seems stressful to post so much, though.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're gonna be that, you have to be very consistent.
Yeah, true. That's true.
And I don't know.
But is it hard to do if you're committed? Probably not. If that's all you do all day.
Yeah, I mean it's you have to commit. Yeah.
Because I mean, if you wake up and you're not going to a 9 to 5, like your literal job is posting or whatever you're doing, right? I mean, it's probably easy to really. You're gonna have all the time to do it
yeah.
and like come up with ideas and content. It seems like an easy route, and it seems like that's just the way the world is going, moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, there's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just the way things are now.
Yeah.
Is it scary?
Is it scary? Not really. If you think about the future, I guess. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can use it to your advantage. You can use it to make yourself happy. You can use it for financial stability. You can use it for peace of mind.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I guess it depends on what your, values are in life. Like if you value being outside, you value, your mental health, you value, being self-sustainable, not relying on other things, then no, it's.
Yeah, if you want to be your own boss.
Yeah?
It's true.
What do you mean?
Like if you want to be your own boss, you can do content. Like you'd be your own boss. You get to make your own hours. You pay yourself.
Yeah.
You not understand that?
No, I'm just not. It's kind of out of nowhere.
What do you
But
mean?
I see what you're saying.
You're saying that basically you wake up and do what you want to do, what you have to do. But no one's telling you what to do. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You don't.
That's true. I mean, yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
But how is that out of nowhere?
No, I'm saying if like those that value other things, right? Like they value being outside. Like they don't value social media. Like they
You
don't.
can be outside and be social media.
But they don't they don't want to be involved in technology. Like how me and you have kind of viewed everything. Like we'd rather be outside. We'd rather not have our phones. We'd rather, be self-sustained, grow our own stuff, have our own land.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you meant self-sustaining and like financially.
Oh no, I'm saying the other part.
Oh,
The other, if you choose
okay.
to go the other route, but that route is becoming scarce. That route is becoming non-existent, and it's not going to be there much longer. People are folding in, they're giving in, and that's the future.
That's because the other side is more lucrative. There's more opportunity
In what?
in the social media aspect of things.
In terms of like growing?
Like in terms of money.
Oh.
Like if you stay out,
If
like
you value money, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you value money.
But is it better to value money or to not?
I think if you want to live comfortably, you have to have some kind of value in money.
But what about just enough?
Just enough to.
Live. Like how much is enough money?
Are you stressing?
Stressing about.
Like bills and.
No, you have enough to pay your bills.
Oh, then yeah, you're fine. Do you have enough to do what you want?
What do you mean by that?
Like do your hobbies.
Like travel and
Yeah.
not be restricted?
Yeah.
No.
Then.
You have enough to do what you got to do,
So
But
you
you're
have enough
working.
to just live, but not live how
But
you
you're
want.
doing the things you value the most.
Mm. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a very personal thing. I think everyone has different values and things, but
You know what's scary?
What's that?
Because my values were like that, but now it's almost like you have to get into the social media. Like I never valued social media the way I should, and I feel like I need to moving forward. Being so young, having so much life to live. Like if I'm not involved in social media moving forward, then I'm not. I'm probably not. There's probably not going to be a source of income to have. There's probably not going to be anything. Like you're not going to be. You're just going to be a homeless person that no one cares about. You know.
I don't think that's true because there's people that work jobs that have nothing to do with social media.
Yeah, but what? Like what? Are they happy? Are they struggling? Or is it 9 to 5?
No, like they're making almost $1 million. They don't have no social media at all.
But how?
You work a job. You work a normal job.
But is it something that they want to do?
Yeah.
I guess for some people,
They
yeah.
went to school for it. Oh, yeah, there's a whole nother avenue. You don't need social media at all. But I think you're speaking on. We do a podcast and, we'd like to make this our livelihood, right?
Of course.
Then that's a different story, bruh.
So you're saying like people, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like people with like ideas, like business ideas, working for yourself. Like the only way to grow yourself, your brand, is through social media. Is that you have to do that now. Like before,
Correct.
it wasn't like that.
Correct.
Before it was like you're doing what you're doing. You put yourself on the market, whatever. You meet certain people, and then eventually grows. You get people investing, blah blah blah, whatever. But now it's like you have to be on social media. You have to have a page. You have to be posting. You have to be putting on TikTok. Maybe you don't have to, but it's the best way to grow, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't know, dude.
even the best in the business, Joe Rogan, he I don't think he really wants to do all that, but he does.
Why?
Like he's on YouTube Shorts. He posts on Instagram.
I think he wants to. Joe Rogan loves what he does, I guarantee it.
Oh, he does love what he does, but I don't know how big of if he's the one doing the marketing or he has people doing it for him.
No, he has people doing it.
I mean, but he still posts on Instagram.
He just shows up when to talk, and then he's good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not trying to view my goals to other goals. I have my own goals certain ways, but I think it's time to embrace social media. Something I never thought I would say in my entire life, but the future is social media,
That's how you have to market.
So, I don't know.
That's how you gotta do it,
This
man.
has been very interesting.
Yeah, I don't even. My head is split in two.
Who's the first overall pick in fantasy next year?
Probably Christian McCaffrey.
Who's number 2?
Would Jonathan Taylor even be a thing?
I wouldn't take him 2, no.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't take him over Eckler, Justin Jefferson.
Oh, probably Eckler.
Where's Jalen Hurts go in drafts next year? Is he the second, third quarterback taken? First quarterback taken?
No, he's not the first quarterback taken.
Would you take him or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes or Hurts?
Mahomes.
And then Hurts.
Hurts would be 3.
Would you take Justin Fields or Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
I'd take Fields. Fields is my QB4 next year.
Does he go in the 7th round?
No, he goes before that. 4th or 5th.
I'm not taking him before the 7th.
We ain't gonna get him.
No.
What if Hopkins goes to the Bears?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be perfect. You could have Hopkins, Mooney.
Actually, I would pick Justin Fields over Joe Burrow.
You could have Hopkins, Mooney, and Claypool with Cole Kmet. That's a good group.
I still think Justin Fields isn't that good of a passer.
Yeah, but I mean, Jalen Hurts wasn't. Josh Allen wasn't. They did just fine once they got their guy.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
don't know. I like Justin Fields.
What
though.
should the Bears do at number 1?
Will Anderson,
You don't think they should trade it?
if they can.
What if you were in charge?
But if I was in charge,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd probably trade back.
Just to get more assets?
Yeah.
Would you be looking for anything in particular?
They need wide receivers.
They need a lot of stuff.
Their defense isn't bad,
It's not good.
but they need like a pass rusher. Why not Will Anderson?
Because they need more than Will Anderson.
I know, but did they not have a lot of capital?
They have the most.
Oh,
Draft capital?
yeah.
Oh no, I don't know actually. No, I don't think they have a ton. No, but they
Yeah,
have
I
the
mean, I
most
would
cap
try to
space.
trade back to get as much as possible, but who are the teams that are willing? Who wants to move up to 1? Like, who's
Sure,
desperate for a quarterback?
Well, the Colts, Raiders, Jets, Carolina.
The Jets might do it.
There's a lot of teams that would move up. I know for a fact. I'd be shocked if they stayed at 1. You have Fields. There's way more stuff you need.
I like Bryce Young to the Jets.
Really? Do you think they would take him or Stroud? Stroud seems like a good fit in New York.
Who are the Texans gonna pick?
Probably one of the two.
Whoever.
What do they have? Pick 2 and 12?
They're probably gonna pick Levis.
No,
Is he not above C.J. Stroud?
I hope not.
Mo Kiper's got him like number 1.
That's a problem.
Mo Kiper might have dementia.
I mean, I don't hate Will Levis. Just I don't think he should be the second overall pick. I'd take Stroud and Bryce Young.
It's proven that you take the quarterback with the pedigree all the way from high school.
Right.
Not some walk-on like Baker Mayfield. Number 1, you never do that. You take the Trevor Lawrence. You take the
Deshaun Watson.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I agree. I know
Yeah,
that.
don't pick Levis.
That's why Bryce Young is my QB1. No
Yeah.
matter, I don't care that he's 5'9", 140. I don't care.
He's neither of those.
I know, but I hate that. So if he was 6'3", he's the next what? Drew Bledsoe? That's what I don't get. It's stupid.
Measurables.
It's stupid. If you're good at football, you put on the tape, he looks good. That's good enough. He knows how to play football. Bryce Young's a dog. He's a dog, dude. He's good.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Why not?
I don't disagree with you.
Disagree, man.
I like C.J. Stroud.
Who's the MVP this year?
The MVP for me is Jalen Hurts.
Really? You still believe it?
Yeah, I think
I'm
he
proud
should
of
get
you,
it.
man.
I don't think it should be Patrick Mahomes.
I'm very proud of you.
I think Jackson Mahomes deserves it more than Patrick.
I think Mahomes deserves it still.
Why?
Threw for 5,200 yards. He threw for 41 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, but who meant more to their
He
team?
accomplished more in the Chiefs' offense, even though he lost a top 5 receiver in the NFL. He basically he's Patrick Mahomes. You know, he could win in any year.
I think they should give it to Jalen Hurts.
Unfortunately, I agree. Like, Hurts deserves
How many
it.
How many games did he miss? 2?
He missed 2. He went 14-1 this year. That's crazy.
And the 2 games he didn't play, they lost.
Yeah.
I think that's the scale for most valuable player.
Okay.
They stink without him. He led the team to a first round bye. They improved a ton from last year, and it's because of Jalen Hurts, maybe A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I think it should be Hurts. I mean, what he's done is crazy. Uh, but it's just, I think that's what, it's
But
going to,
Patrick Mahomes is going to win.
yeah, it's going to remind us that, like, life is cruel, because, I mean, everything Hurts done has been incredible. Career high in completion percentage, pass yards, 22 passing touchdowns, 13 rushing touchdowns. Like, you couldn't have asked anything more from Jalen Hurts. And, I mean, he's going to potentially lead the Eagles to the Super Bowl. They have the best record. But it's all about numbers. It's all about
People love Patrick Mahomes.
they see the 5,200 pass yards, fourth most in NFL history.
I mean, dude, he could be in the MVP talk
But
every year.
that's the other thing too, though. It's like it's the LeBron James effect too. Like LeBron is the best player in the NBA, has been for 20 years. He could get it every single year. But why do that whenever we have other guys having great years too? That you wouldn't like. Jalen Hurts deserves the MVP, but Mahomes is gonna get it because he's just a great quarterback.
Yeah, but LeBron doesn't win it every year.
Exactly. So
See,
maybe Jalen has a chance.
My thought is that Jalen's team improved so much. He improved so much. They lost 2 games without him. I mean, I don't know.
Is it because he missed 2 games, or people just don't want to do that?
I think it's people love Patrick Mahomes. I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. Who's the rookie of the year offensively?
That's a good one. Probably. See, I like Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. But why isn't Kenneth Walker in the mix? He didn't play enough?
He's my pick. I would pick Kenneth Walker.
I would pick Kenneth Walker too, but I think it's going to be Olave.
I think Garrett Wilson deserves it more than Olave.
I do too.
Garrett Wilson.
Did Olave have 1,000 yards?
He did. They both did, yeah. But the difference between the two, Olave had Andy Dalton for the whole year. Garrett Wilson had Mike White, Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco. Was it Chris Drivler? He had 4 different quarterbacks and still managed to have over 1,000 yards as a rookie.
Yeah, just with that, I think you should get MVP or the offensive rookie of the year.
And, like, he's special. But with Kenneth Walker, I mean, he
Did he have 1,000 yards?
He did. He had 1,050, 9 touchdowns. And majority of it was in the second half. He didn't really emerge until week 6, week 7, week 8, something like that. But I think for him, he averaged over 4 yards per carry in 8 of his 15 contests, and his consistency week to week was unmatched. He was really good down the stretch.
He's good. He's going to be really good. I think they're all going to be really good.
Oh, dude, it's studs.
What was Olave's how many touchdowns? 2? 4?
I don't know. But at the same time, Olave, he really was asked to carry the workload because Mike Thomas and Landry are out. But I think that shows a lot too, the trustworthiness to become the number one in a struggling offense. He still put up 1,042 yards. He had 3 100-yard games. But we just didn't see it week in and week out, But so that's why Garrett Wilson and definitely Kenneth Walker, I think, would be my picks.
Garrett Wilson, 147. So Garrett Wilson had 147. What is it? Oh, that's targets. 83 receptions, 1,103 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Chris Olave had 72 receptions, 1,042 yards, and 4 touchdowns. I don't know. I hope they give it to Garrett.
What about for defensive? Is it easy Sauce Gardner?
There's some good ones. Aiden Hutchinson. Didn't he tie for 4 picks for a defensive lineman?
And he had 9.5
He had
sacks.
he had some crazy ones. Who's the other one?
Tarek Woolen.
Yeah. No, I think you got to give it to Sauce Gardner. He's already locked down.
Yeah, definitely.
Sauce.
It's crazy, man. The Texans took Stingley over him.
Remember, we thought that was nuts.
We had Sauce, or I had Sauce going there, which would have changed everything. But he's good, man. He's already up there with like Surtain and Ramsey and guys like that already.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's a top 5 corner in the league. And then, I mean, I don't want to say nothing. I mean, Tarek Woolen, 5th round pick, led the NFL in interceptions. I mean, he's just a freak. He's a freak. He's not. I don't think we've ever seen a corner like him.
'Cause he's tall and
6'4". He's got good ball skills. He ran like a 4.3, 4.2. He could be really crazy good eventually.
that's like my dream corner.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
He was tied with the most interceptions.
Yeah.
I didn't know Justin Simmons had that many.
Yeah. Nick Sirianni, Coach of the Year.
No.
Dable. Pete Carroll. Doug Peterson.
Because they were 1-5, 1-6.
Yeah.
Made the playoffs, won the AFC South.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Nick Sirianni.
It has to be.
Yes.
No one can hold a candle to what he's done in Philly this year.
Yeah, I can't hold a candle, but he still stinks.
Come on, man. He turned that whole thing around.
What?
Made everyone hated Jalen Hurts, thought he stunk. Now he's MVP.
It wasn't him. It was Rich Gannon.
14-3. Come on, dude.
What's his name? Mike Gannon?
Don't worry, Jonathan Gannon. I wouldn't mind Doug Peterson, though. I mean, from what they had with Urban Meyer last year to now making the playoffs, unlocking Trevor Lawrence.
You should get second. Sorry, everyone. He's in a bad mood. What happened?
What do you mean?
Why are you so angry?
Oh, I ain't mad.
Because I wanted to talk about the Broncos?
Let's talk.
I don't want to talk about it. I just said Justin Simmons has 6 picks, and you said, no, we're not going to get into that. I wasn't even trying to talk about the Broncos.
I'll talk about them.
No.
I hope the Broncos get Jim Harbaugh. That's the coach that they need.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Jim Harbaugh, John Elway has connections to Stanford. What's her name? Rice has connections to Stanford.
Yeah, but they just interviewed David Shaw.
He's Stanford.
I know.
So Jim Harbaugh is going to come as their coach. David Shaw is coming as their offensive coordinator. And he is going to establish a culture in the locker room. And they're going to be more prepared. They're going to work harder. They're going to want to play harder. It's just a good scenario for the Broncos.
I got nothing to say about him.
Why?
What?
I want to hear your opinion on them.
Everyone knows my opinion. They underperformed. They looked better at the end of the year. And we'll see what happens next year.
What do you expect next year?
Jerry Jeudy is him. Russ gets fixed. We're back in the wild card. First, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend. Today is our 1-year anniversary. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for the support. You guys are the best. Peace, love, and happiness.